Welcome to the What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Oily podcast, where we are learning to overcome adversity and fulfill our destinies. I'm your host, Ashanti. I'm a minister on the path to ordination, a loving wife, mother, and full-time dreamer. I help people change their thinking, increase their faith, and take action to live their most meaningful and purposeful life. My hope and prayer for you is that today's episode will encourage you and offer guidance through whatever struggles you're facing. When life's challenges feel like they're beginning to crush you, remember that you too are an olive, and the best part of you is the oil within. Without further ado, grab a snack and let's pour out. Hey guys, welcome back for this awesome little mini-sode that we're having here. I hope that you're having a great Thursday. I hope that you're experiencing the glory of God in your life. I hope that if you listened to the last episode, that you've put into practice some of the things that we talked about renewing our minds and being mindful of what we are planting in the garden in our minds. And this episode is just a little bit of a cherry on top of that one, because I wanted to get on here and remind you that this is a little by little process. There's no need to try and rush this thing. And again, we talked about this too on the podcast. You can choose your own word. It doesn't have to be anxiety. It can be grief. It can be depression. It can be anger. You can choose any word there or any situation that you're dealing with and apply this to it, and it will still be effective in helping you overcome it. And little by little is the practice that we're putting in place now, because things like anxiety and depression and things that have been stuck to us for a really long time, those things were added to us little by little over time. And it's like sometimes you wake up and you feel like just one day out of the blue, anxiety is through the roof and you don't know why. Well, the reason why is because it's been stacking up over and over and over, little by little in your mind. And one day you wake up and all of a sudden it's just, boom, exploded. And you feel all these emotions and you have all this cloud in your mind and over your body. And you're just like, man, what do I do? How do I get over this? What happened? And one of the common things that I remember searching for myself, as well as I've seen other people asking, is, how long does this last? Will this ever go away? And the answer is yes, it absolutely will. And it already is if you've already started applying the practices of renewing your mind and applying your faith and just putting in the work little by little to overcome these things that are holding us back. And what is it holding us back from? Life. It's holding us back from pursuing our dreams. We can be in the moment and we can be doing fun things and not feel them or enjoy them because we're consumed by the emotions that we feel in our body and the thoughts that are just racing through our minds. So in order to overcome things, we have to do them little by little. I have a scripture for you from the Bible. I told you guys this podcast is about overcoming adversity through faith. And my faith is in Jesus. And so I want to just share this with you because it helps so much. Jesus was talking to the disciples in Luke chapter 17. And in verse 5, the disciples asked the Lord, they said, increase our faith. And Jesus told them, this is what he said. He said, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, some versions say as a mustard seed, you can say to this mulberry tree, be uprooted and planted in the sea, and it will obey you. And the key thing about this is the mustard seed. Because if you've ever planted mustard seed, like for instance, in my garden, my husband and I, we planted mustard seeds because we want mustard greens in the summer. We can harvest them, we can eat them and all that good stuff. So a mustard seed is this teeny tiny little black bead that does not look like it's worth anything at all. But if you put it in the soil and you water it every day and you do your due diligence in making sure that you're helping that seed grow in a good environment, the mustard seed can grow into a tree. Did you know that? Did you know that mustard plants can grow into trees if you don't ever cut them or harvest them? And the thing is, mustard seeds grow very slowly. They're little by little do they get to that size, but once they're at that size, there's nothing that can take them down. It's like they produce so much harvest, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful trees and bushes that grow. And so Jesus was telling his disciples, he was telling them, how do you increase your faith? Little by little. How do you overcome anxiety? By doing this little by little. How do you renew your mind? By doing it little by little, one thought at a time, one move at a time. I don't know if you're familiar with the game of chess, but the game of chess is not meant to be a fast game. It is meant to be a slow, calculated, thorough, thoughtful game, because it's a strategy game. It's all about strategy. And in this season, overcoming anxiety is going to be about our strategy, how we're overcoming it, how we're renewing our mind. And it's going to take us being patient. And I know that's hard. I know how hard it is to be patient when you really want to be free. But I'm telling you right now, I would not tell you anything that I had not experienced for myself. And what I know to be true is that when you do things one step at a time, it might not feel like much, but in the end, you don't just overcome it. We more than conquer it, because then we have control over our thoughts. And if anxiety tries to rear its ugly head in our lives again, then we know how to deal with it, how to make it go away, and how to overcome the feelings and sensations and emotions that it used to give to us. And be encouraged. Don't allow your current circumstances to determine your outcome. Because if you give up now, you're not going to see the outcome that you've started this process trying to get to. And like I said, this can be anything. It doesn't have to necessarily just be anxiety. I'm just focusing on that because I feel like that's the Lord is focused on through this podcast. But again, everything that's worth doing is worth doing little by little. All of the successful people that you see in life, even athletes, they started at the beginning, no skills whatsoever, and they started practicing and got better over time, little by little. You know, what's interesting is my husband and I, we were watching the Golf Masters, and Tiger Woods was playing, and he was doing so badly. But I asked my husband, I said, how did he even get to play in this tournament? Because the Masters is for like the top golfers in the world currently. And I thought, how in the world is he able to play, knowing that he hasn't played in so long because of his injuries and things like that? And Rodney said, it's because he's Tiger Woods. He has the name. And if anything, he's going to bring publicity. He's going to bring money. He's going to bring all these things to it just because of his name. And I thought that was so powerful. And I want to apply it here for you. You are becoming a new you. And the new you that you're becoming is going to be established and is going to have the power to show up in any room at any time without fear, without worry. And even though Tiger didn't win and he didn't place well, it didn't matter because he showed up and he did it anyway. That's the goal. The goal is to do this thing little by little, to conquer our minds, to conquer our thoughts, and to be victorious in our thinking so that anywhere we go, we carry this mindset with us. We can but we can think about things that happened in the past and not lose who we are because of them. So be encouraged, you guys. I want you to just take this thing one step at a time. Know that every single thing that you do, every single small step adds up and plays a big part in you being victorious in your mind. Because that's where we're headed and that's what you're going to be. And that's who you are now. It's just a little bit further ahead. I love you guys, and I hope that you stay encouraged. I'm so proud of you. I know you want to be proud of yourself, and you should be. You should be patting yourself on the back for coming even this far. You are headed toward the person that you've always dreamt you could be, and the person that's been in you this entire time. You're finally unleashing them, and it's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see you in your full, victorious, peaceful self. Thank you for listening to the podcast. We'll be back again next week with some more episodes and more good information for you. And we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep doing this thing little by little. Love you guys.